Now, the Shy division is much more heavily contested. However, the Sharpshooters actually have a .586 win percentage, just like the Legacy. So yes, they are technically tied for the best overall record right now. The Armenians find themselves in second place, 7.5 games back of the Sharpshooters, while the Pilsen Paleteros hang on to third for one more week, 24.5 games back of the Sharpshooters' first place spot. The Paleteros, however, are hanging on by a thread, as the Magmortars are only half a game back of the Paleteros for that playoff spot, and the Chicago Magic, as far as they have fallen, are actually only one game out of that third playoff spot. The hitter of the week belongs to the Humboldt Park Hooligans. It's Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury batted .438 with 12 runs, 21 total bases, 4 ribbies, 6 walks, and 4 stolen bases. An all-around strong week for the little speedy outfielder from Boston. Meanwhile, the pitcher of the week was absolutely lights out, and the Armenians' newest ace, Tim Lincecum. Lincecum, over 2 starts, had 2 quality starts, 2 wins, had 17 innings pitched, struck out 23, with a whip of .88 and an ERA of 0. Yeah, 0. Tim Lincecum absolutely positively on top of his game and helping the Armenians to be a force to be reckoned with in the WCW. Currently, the WCW's best hope of beating the NWO and taking back the WCW as its own. Who would have known? Look at CJ. Look at him. Big and strong and Armenian. My hero. Now just get me my team back and I'll be a happy little boy. Now, to compensate for not having any news, we have a WCW special report. Our special report segment this week will answer the unanswered question: how else is fantasy baseball played? Well, fantasy baseball is usually played either head-to-head like we're playing right now, or in a roto format. Under roto rules, you would be competing against the entire league at the same time, not just one team every week. And your goal is to achieve the best possible statistic total for every category. Then, seeing how you rank in each specific category will give you a point total. For example, if you look at runs, whichever team has the most runs total at the end of the year would get 10 points, because there's 10 teams in the league. Whoever has the next most runs would get 9 points. And you keep going down until you get to the worst team, who has the lowest run total combined, and they would get 1 point. You would do this for every single stat. ERA, whoever has the lowest ERA gets 10 points. Whoever has the worst ERA gets 1 point. So, you do this for every single category and every single team, and you add up all those numbers, and whoever gets the highest total wins. And that's where your team finishes in the standings. And that is Roto. Now, bearing this in mind, Roto is a little more skewed to overall how your team is doing, not literally just who you're playing against and what categories you're winning on a given week. Because, for example, last week, Freddie had 10 stolen bases last week. However, he actually lost the category to the Sharpshooters he was playing against because they had 11. Freddie actually ended up having the second most stolen bases, with the exception of the Sharpshooters, but he still lost the category. Technically, in that sense, those 10 stolen bases really count for nothing for the Fums all last week. However, that was still a ridiculously strong performance. Further looking at their matchup, the Fums also had 5 wins and 4 quality starts. which is a decent performance. However, the Sharpshooters had 6 wins and 5 quality starts. Once again, kind of negating the Fum's decent performance. This is where Roto compensates. You're not playing against anybody. So the fact that the Fums had 10 stolen bases, 4 quality starts, and 5 wins actually counts for something. And it counts into his grand total and helps him in his overall scoring and his overall standings. Now, the downside of Roto is that if your team isn't really doing well, that's pretty much it for you. You really don't have any hope of winning, and all you can hope to do is get better in the categories you're sucking in. In head-to-head, it's a little more balanced. You want to spread your stats out and win a stat in any given week. However, you're going to find that just because you're the best team in a stat doesn't mean you're going to win it every week. You could be the best team overall in saves, but only win it half the weeks, just because of the people you play and the way luck falls on you, so to speak.